Welcome to Sunday Sessions, a platform to inspire you with content that will equip and empower you to live powerfully, purposefully, and prosperously. I hope you're going to feel inspired to level up and become the highest version of yourself. In today's session, I'm going to be talking about relationships and not the romantic kind. I will share 3 levels of relationships and 4 ingredients that you must have to have an authentic relationship with another person. This content is going to save you years of wasting time with people that are not for you, and it's going to open you up to be able to allow the people that have been sent to you to help you get to your next level. Enjoy. Okay, so welcome to Sunday Sessions. Today we are going to be talking about relationships. I started last week talking about our goals and what we want to achieve. Your first starting point for 2024 is, what do you want? And I find when I ask people that question, most people can't actually tell me what it is they want. I know in the past I have absolutely struggled with that. But if you know or you have an idea about what it is that you want, once you have an idea about what it is that you want, the purpose of these Sunday sessions is to actually really help you to actually achieve the things that you want. That is the purpose. If you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're not progressing in life as quickly as you know you really could, or you feel like maybe God is even calling you in a direction and you have no clue where to get started, the purpose of these sessions is to give you I don't know, sometimes it'll be instructions, give you strategies, tools, insights, actionable takeaways that you can actually start progressing and moving towards what it is that you want to achieve. So by the end of 2024, I'm hoping that there will be testimonies, there will be things that you have achieved in 2024. And one of the key areas that I'm going to be talking about today to help you achieve is relationships. And it's not something that we really think about. But if I use my life as an example, my life is a testament to relationships. Every time God wants to do something different in my life, every time I've moved to another level in my life, it has been because of a relationship. And as you get your notepads and pens, I want to talk about relationships. We're going to go into relationships, and I'm not just talking about love relationships. I'm talking about strategic relationships, friendships, platonic relationships, because it is the key to you actually achieving the things that you want in 2024. The first thing I want you to understand is how people treat you and act towards you has the greatest impact on your life. And it starts from when we were children, from when we were babies, how our parents treated us, those how we was given love or lack of love, how our teachers treated us, how authority figures treated us. The relationships that we've had have really defined who we have become. And today, what I'm going to show you 4 ingredients that you need to have and need to think about in your relationships. I'm also going to talk about the people to avoid. I'm also going to talk about the 12 people that you need, as well as the 3 levels of relationships. So there's a lot to get through, but that's what we're going to be talking about. What you have to understand is your energy. And, think about the people that you may have been with today or yesterday or at work. Their energy You connect with their energy, whether it's good or bad. Somebody that's angry or miserable, their energy affects you. So the energy of the people around you, plus your thinking, is your relationship. It's the relationship that you have with yourself. It's the relationships that you are building. So some of us may have had toxic friends, and the reason why they're toxic is because of the energy that they take from you. They're draining. You actually physically feel their energy. And so it's really, really important that you protect your space. You are going to be as successful as your relationships. And it's something that the world doesn't understand. There is this thing in the world, dog eat dog kind of thing. It's the wrong way. It's not God's kingdom. God's kingdom is all about relationships. If you look in the word of God, look at the different strategic relationships: Ruth and Naomi, Esther, Mordecai, Lot, Abraham, David and Jonathan. Key relationships: Jesus and the disciples, Paul and Timothy. Relationships. Right relationships produce right thinking for you. And there are like four, what would I call them? 4 ingredients that will help you to achieve so much. Like, we got to stop going through life just praying and there's no results, just praying and there's no action. There's 4 things that is going to absolutely produce results in your life. Number 1 is going to be the quality of your relationships. Number 2 is going to be your thinking, your rationale. How are you thinking? What are you thinking about? And number 3 is your regime, the daily things that you are doing to move forward in your life. We miss that. We miss those 3 ingredients. And 4 is the results. From those 3 things, you will get results in your life. The right relationship, because the right relationships produce the right thinking that you need. The right thinking produces your regime, your daily actions that you take every day. And those daily actions produce your results. So we attract who we are becoming. And I'm going to talk about, the people that are coming into your life right now. But if you're around the wrong people, it is going to have a detrimental effect on your destiny. So I want you to just take a minute and think about who is around you, who's speaking to you, who are you connecting with? Are they people that are going somewhere, challenging you, or are they people that are still in say? I used to have a friend, and every time I called her, number 4 is results. So when you have the right relationships and you have, that will lead to the right thinking will lead to the right regime, and the right regime will lead to results. I used to have a friend, and every time I spoke to her, all she would say is, I would ask her, how is things? Same old, same old. And to the point I had to stop speaking to her, because every time I spoke to her, it was same old, same old. Your life should not be same old, same old. It really, really shouldn't. Things should be progressing in your life. You are a house. Your mind is a garden, and you have been created by God for increase, for accomplishment, to be an influence, to make an impact in some way, to be a representative of Him. And so it's, as I've said before, it is our duty, it is our responsibility to ensure that we do what it takes to be that light, So in regards to relationships, one of the relationships that you definitely need are those 12 people around you, which I'm going to talk about shortly. Another relationship that you need is a mentor, somebody that's going to be able to guide you and support you on your journey, and also help you in constructing your daily regime, and also be around you to celebrate your results, because you need to celebrate your wins. One of your homeworks for this week, celebrate. I want you to, even the smallest things. If you used to get up at 6:30 and now you're getting up at 6, for example, to pray or to do something that you've never done before, celebrate it. Celebrate it, because it is an achievement. If you used to always be late and now you're on time, celebrate yourself, because every time every time you celebrate yourself, you are reminding yourself of who you are, of who you're becoming. And that's why, because I struggled with celebrating. I'll just go, 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 go. But I had to stop and say, oh my gosh, that is amazing what you've just done. Not everybody can actually do that, because I used to think what I can do, everybody else can do. So it's nothing special. But it is. Celebrate yourself. It's really, really important. As you go through your week, some of you said, you use this as a reminder to go through your week. I want you to start highlighting the things that maybe the things that you used to do that you don't do anymore, or the new habits that you've picked up, or you've committed to something and you stayed on course. Celebrate. And as we go into relationships, what I want you to understand from the offset, as we are still, what is the date today, 14th of January, is understand that everything you do is a seed. It's a seed that you are sowing. Right thoughts are seeds that you are sowing into your mind. Actions are seeds that you are sowing into your destiny. Everything is a seed. And understand, with a seed, it's time that will produce the results, but don't give up. So every time you take an action and you celebrate yourself, keep taking that action, because you will see the result of that action in time. So understand that everything is a seed. So we're going to go into relationships. And today is about setting your relationships. It's really, really important. So what you need to look for, the number one priority in relationships, is coming from Amos 3:3, which is about agreement. Can two walk if they are not agreed? You need to have somebody or people around you that come into agreement with you. Agreement with your dream, agreement with your vision, agreement with where you are going. They must see who you are. They must see who you are. They must understand who you are. And they must agree with your destination. That is the number one priority when you are looking into relationships. Are they in agreement with you? Are they in agreement? They must see who you are. They must understand who you are, and they must agree with your destination. You cannot surround yourself with people who lack understanding about you. Oh, caveat for today. Today is all about you. And as women, we forget about ourselves. It's about work. It's about everybody else. It's about spouses. It's about children. It's about everybody else. We put everybody else first. But today is all about you. So for some of you, this might even be uncomfortable, because you've never made life about you. And you may think this is a bit selfish. It really isn't. Because when you are whole, when you are operating on all 8 cylinders, everything around your life will turn around. Everything. You are the common denominator in your house, in your family, in your friendship group. So this today is all about you. You cannot surround yourself with people who lack understanding about you. People who don't know who you are, and they don't know what you want in life. You can't surround yourself with those people. It will hold you back. You have to protect the energy that is around you, because energy is what causes momentum in your life. It's what causes things to move. And yeah, oh my gosh, yesterday my son's friend, she's a actress. She's about to blow up. And her energy yesterday, she's just so excited talking about all the things. And we were watching one of her shows that she's on, Criminal Record, for anybody that wants to watch it. She's the young Black girl in it. Her name is Dion. And she was like, oh, look at how I look. And it was so refreshing to be around her, because she's so excited about life and the different projects. And that's what you need. For my son, it was good to be around that energy, because it was someone that's go-getting, that's moving, and it was the energy in the house was different. And I'm sure you've all experienced that. And so the relationships, and he just reconnected again with her, and I'm happy for it because of the energy that she brings. And some of you that have children, you know that certain children around your children, there's something, because you pick up something. And if you want your children to be, successful, they need to be around the right people. We want that for our children. We don't want them to be around people that are sucking their energy, who aren't going anywhere. But why do we accept that for ourselves? Why is it okay for ourselves? But for our children, we don't want that. It's not okay. So bad results produce bad relationships. No, bad relationships produce bad results. And so building relationships is your key focus moving into 2024. Like, this is, for me, this is your foundation. This is golden. This is golden. I'm gonna have the recording for people, but this is golden. Understanding relationships. Everything God created, he created it as a relationship. The honey, the bees, the flowers, carbon dioxide, everything, the trees, everything is in relationship. The sun, the moon, everything is in a relationship. Everything, nothing operates by itself. Everything is in a relationship. It is the key to our lives, is relationships. One thing that many people do is, because of low self-esteem, because of lack of self-worth, they build relationships based on shame. They build relationships that are unhealthy. And so when you build relationships that are unhealthy, it's because you haven't recognized who you are. You're not giving yourself the proper value. When you accept poor behavior towards you, diminished behavior towards you, when you have reduced yourself in your own eyes, you create poor relationships. Those are not the relationships that you need to be creating, because we base these relationships on a low evaluation of ourselves. These are not the relationships. Those are the unhealthy relationships. So if you do have those relationships around you, you build yourself up to be, and have the courage to actually step out of those relationships, the relationships that have been based on shame, on fear, on whatever it is, anything that's negative. Because what it's doing is taking from your destiny. It's so subtle, you may not even notice it. Because it may be people that you speak to on a daily basis on your way to work. It may be those people. But check, what was the basis of this relationship? Who you need in your life. Who you need in your life are like-minded people. Iron sharp as iron. People that are going to take you somewhere, that have that energy. They're going somewhere. They're excited. People that are going to challenge you. People that are going to challenge you. If you have a small goal, you need somebody in your life and say, that's too small. That's too small. No, you're more than that. You're better than that. Go this way. You need people that are going to challenge you. You need people that won't settle. Anybody that's settling where they are is not the people. Because you're on here because you don't want to settle. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So because I know that you don't want to settle, you cannot be around people that are settling as your core relationships. You need people that are cheering you on, are pulling out what's inside of you. They can see what's inside of you and they're helping to facilitate. You need midwives around you. You need people that are always moving and progressing. If you're all going to settle, how are you going to move forward? If you're all settling in the same place and accepting, well, this is it, just going to stay in this job until I retire. For me, God forbid. You need the ones that are going to say, what's next? What are we doing? Let's do some projects. Let's do some big, audacious stuff. We only have one life. I want people around me that are going to pull me and say, Patrice, this is what you need to be doing. You need to go higher. Go higher. Come on, you've got it in you. We all need those people. What's the big goal? If anybody ever wants me to coach them or come, for a chat with me, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. Because everybody needs somebody like that. Or you need people that are always moving and progressing. I have people in my life that do huge things. And sometimes it makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I have to take a breath. But at the same time, I love it. There'll be certain people, they're so busy, but when I do catch them, it's like they've done this, they're doing this, they're doing this. And I'm like, I cannot sit down when I know the people in my circle, oh my gosh. This Sunday sessions is nothing. They'll be doing Sunday sessions. They'll be doing prayer. They're doing so much. They're running a church. They're doing so much because they understand that they only have one life, and whatever God gives to them, they're going to grab it and do it. And so those are the kind of people that you need. Your relationships reflect your mindset. So I want you to think about the people that is actually around you and really reflect, because it reflects where you are. It reflects your mindset. And I'm going to talk a bit about that. Because if there's people around you that you know are not good for you, and you are accepting behavior that really you shouldn't really be accepting, it's actually a poverty mentality towards yourself. You're actually practicing poverty. You're actually saying to yourself, well, I can't get any better, so I'm just going to accept this. And we're not going to accept these things. If you want to achieve in 2024, everything I give to you is for you to achieve. It's not for you to write some pretty notes, cute notes in your diary and then leave it. It's for you to achieve, for you to accomplish, for you to get into alignment with what God has said about you and to do things. I was saying to my pastor today, if everybody that, I'm just speaking to believers right now, if every believer actually operated in their calling, if every believer, do you know how the world would look so different? The world, that everybody would come to us, just like the Queen of Sheba came to Solomon. Everybody would come to us. But the enemy has done such a good job at causing us to not operate in our calling, to not operate in our assignment. He's done such a good job at it that we are so focused on all the wrong things. And that's all he's had to do, is get us to focus on all the wrong things. But by the grace of God, as you start to hear stuff, you start to hear stuff that will shift you first in your mind, and then shift the actions that you take, and you will find yourself coming to alignment with what God said. So the 4 things every relationship must have, and without them, you don't have a relationship. It's not a relationship. These are the 4 things that every relationship must have. You must have investment, integrity, intimacy, and increase. So that's investment, integrity, intimacy, and increase. So number 1, all relationships must have investment, i.e., that if someone wants to be in a relationship with you, they must invest in you. They must believe in you, support your destiny, help you to accomplish your destiny. They must invest in you, and vice versa. So when I'm talking about all of this stuff, it's also for you. When you're in relationships with people and you're building your relationships, your network, are you investing in people? Are you believing in them? Are you supporting them in their destiny? Are you helping them to accomplish? Ignorant people, if you have ignorant people around you, you will always struggle. If you're ignorant of other people, you will always struggle. Relationship is investment. It's 2 people who are coming into agreement and are agreeing that they are going to invest in each other. They're going to believe in each other. They're going to support each other's destiny. They're going to help. You're going to help each other to accomplish everything else. All the things that you thought about as of a relationship, I want you to leave it. I want you to leave it today. And I even want you to take what I've said today and go and share it with at least 10 people. Go and share. Because many people think they're having relationships, but they're not. They're very one-sided. If you are investing in people and you're not getting somebody believing in you, supporting you, helping you to accomplish, it's one-sided. It's a one-sided relationship. Number 2, I need to keep an eye on the time, integrity. Build relationships based on integrity. So whoever's coming, remember this is about you. So whoever's coming into your space, whoever you're taking in and going to be building a relationship with, they have to be integral to their word. Because disappointments delay destiny. If they're always saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, but they never do it. Yeah, I'm going to meet you, but they never meet you. Yeah. It's always, yeah, I'm going to, but they never do. These are not the people to build relationships with, because the relationship is built on integrity. Don't compromise on integrity. Don't get used to being let down. Don't get used to it. Don't think it's okay to keep being let down and being disappointed. It's not okay. It's not okay. Yeah, I'm gonna meet you for coffee. They never turn up. They never return your calls. It's not okay. Don't get used to it. Don't just let anybody into your space. I want you now to start vetting people, vetting the relationship, and actually looking at the relationships. Because remember, you're going forward. And to go forward, you need the right people around you. You need to build your team. Jesus, who is the master of everything, he built his team. He selected his team. And even when the apostles were building their team, they prayed and fasted for the new people to join. You don't just build relationships anyhow. So integrity. So the third one is intimacy. And intimacy, this is not just for a love relationship. This is intimacy with a person who isn't a love interest, because intimacy is engagement. It's attention. The people that you're building a relationship with, they must care about what you want. They must care about what you want. They must give you the engagement and the attention. If they're always talking about themselves, always about them, that's not the relationship. If it's always about them and you're always trying to please them, that's not the relationship that's going to take you where you need to go. It can take them, but it's not going to take you. You can't have people around you who can't invest the proper attention that you need for your advancement. You need people around you that's going to help you make quality choices and decisions. You can't have shallow people around you. They can't help you do anything. And it's not just in words. These people have to be people of action, of their word and of action. The people that you choose, because for some of you, I can feel it. For some of you, this is so new to you because you've built relationships based on lack. You've built relationships based on a low self-esteem and low self-worth, even though you probably didn't even realize it. This is about you. This is about your progression and your advancement. And I don't want you to limit yourself and operate with a poverty mentality and think that there isn't anybody around that can give you engagement and intention and attention, that there isn't people around that care about what you want. Because if they're not, then you ask God to pray for those people. But you have to also ask God to give you discernment to know when they come. Because many people miss who God sends. And I'm going to talk about that shortly. And the fourth one is increase. All relationships must lead to some form of increase. The relationships that you have around you, you must all be increasing. They must be increasing and you must be increasing. Nobody should be decreasing. You should not be decreasing and they should not be decreasing. Everybody should be increasing. If you're all not increasing, check that relationship. Check that relationship. And who to avoid? Unconscious people. People that you're always having to explain who you are. It means they're not listening. They're unconscious to you. You always explain. They're always saying, what did you say? What did you mean? You're always having to explain who you are and what you're doing, and it's draining. They're unconscious about your destiny. They have no clue about where you're going or what. Those are the people to avoid. Those are the people to avoid. They're not for you. I remember watching, I think it was Married at First Sight, and the ladies, I will never forget what she said. She said, "You're not my person." She said to the guy, "You're not my person." And I want you to look at your relationships after this session. Look at every single relationship that's around you. Look at all your relationship that's around you. You need people that are going to pay you attention. You need people that are good communicators. You need people that know how to connect. You need people that know how to be committed. Because remember, why are we here? We are here for your advancement. We're here for your accomplishment. We're here for your achievements. We're here so you can make impact. We're here so you can be the best version. You know, Sister Jackie's always putting, Andy, always putting great posts out. This is what RYM is all about. So you can be the best version of yourself. And it starts with your relationships. Birds of a feather flock together. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. These sound like cliche quotes, but they're not. It is everything. Because who we are around most of the time, who we are talking to most of the time. There was a period, I think during COVID, you know who I was around most of the time? Was my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old. And it had an effect. Those were my conversations. And it had an effect because for a minute, I forgot who I was. I lost myself for a minute because it was because that's what I was around. And it affects you. It affects your conversation. It affects your thinking. If you can, I just want you, just for this week, just think about who you're speaking to on a daily basis and how they're affecting what you're thinking, how they're affecting whether you're progressing or you're remaining stagnant. Think about it. Actually, think. Take time and really look at the conversations that you're having. Because for some of you, you're going to have to put a bit of a distance with some people for you to flourish and keep some people closer. There was a time when Jesus was going to pray. Out of the 12, he took 3. There were certain times he could only take the 3. I want you to think about who is your 3? Who is your team? Who is team D? Who is team Jackie? Who is team Eleanor? Who is team Lorraine? Who is team Chuchu? Who is your team? Who is team Deborah? Who are those 3? Who are those 3 people? Who's in your team? They're the ones that you have all the 4 ingredients of a relationship. All the 4 ingredients, what I've just spoken about. There's investment, there's integrity, there's intimacy, and there's increase. Who are those 3? I want you to think about it. And I really want you to really talk to people about this. Really share this with people to tell them who is those 3 people that is, yeah, who do you need to see more of? It's those 3. Because every time you get together, it's iron sharpens iron. It's energy. So your 12-point checklist, what you need around you to do amazing things in 2024. 1, you need someone who sees and knows you, your habits, your favorite things. They just see and know you. Because I know you see and know everybody else. You see and know your children. You see and know your boss. You see and know everybody else. But you need someone who sees and knows you. I want you to think about one person that sees and knows you. Number 2, someone who is willing to understand you and act right towards you based on understanding. So no matter what happens, if anything happens, they know that's not Lorraine, that's not Eleanor, that's not Dee. If somebody comes and says, oh, this person did this, they will know, that's not that person. You need someone who understands you. Number 3, you need someone who is committed to you, who's committed to the relationship. They're committed to your increase. They're committed to your destiny. They're committed, and vice versa. Remember, it's still vice versa. You need someone who considers you, somebody that you can share your ideas, your thoughts, your vision, and they praise you. Everybody needs some kind of verbal affirmation. We all need it, especially as women. It may not be your love language, but it's something that you need to appreciate. Because for some of us, for many years, I couldn't take compliments. But it was because of my feelings about myself. It has nothing to do with anybody else. But I want you to accept compliments. I want people to praise you and you accept it because that's who you are. You deserve it. You deserve it. Because we're so busy thinking about all the things that we haven't done, all our failures, all our mistakes, that we think that we don't deserve someone to praise us, someone to actually be excited about us, someone to be excited about our ideas and our thoughts, because we've gone through life just in deficit, just in complete deficit of proper relationships. We've accepted rubbish, just accepted nonsense, and we think it's okay, and we think it's actually normal. It's not. So number 5, someone that believes in you, believes that you can do it, is there to cheer you on. They believe in you. Number 6, somebody that, this is a tough one, somebody that puts you first from time to time. Yes, somebody that puts you first from time to time. Shock horror. Yes, you need to be put first sometimes. You need to be put first. So everything I'm giving you is actually in the blueprint, and I want you to fill in the names. And even if it takes 12 months, by the end of 2024, you will have people that fill in these points of significance for you. Because there's many things for me that I'm going to do in 2025. 2024 for me is sowing seeds. I'm going to talk about this another time, but you have to understand what season you're in. Are you in harvest or are you in planting? Me, I'm in planting season, and I know the harvest will come later. So somebody puts you first from time to time. Number 7, somebody you can receive from. Somebody that's going to give unto you when you need it. I've heard so many times, oh, I'm always pouring into people and nobody pours into me. It can't run anymore. I want you to find that person that can actually pour into you, that you can actually receive from. Number 8, somebody that's going to help you, who is going to invest time to help you advance, like a mentor, like a coach, somebody that is actually going to invest their time to help you advance. You need somebody that's going to help you advance. There's no one that did amazing stuff in the world, that the top performers, without a mentor, without a coach. Coaches have coaches, because we all need someone that's going to invest their time to help us to advance. 9, you need someone that's going to reward you. So reward is monetary. It's not just verbal affirmation, but you're going to be doing stuff, whether it's in your job or something, where I want you to accept the money that will come. Be able to receive your worth, your value. You do stuff and you receive. You give something and you receive. Many people that have low self-esteem, that start businesses, don't know how to charge, don't know how to do stuff because they lack self-esteem. Understand, you need someone that's going to reward you. So when you put stuff out there, you need to understand that you need to accept that. You need to be able to accept it. Number 10, somebody that's going to lift you to another level. It could be a conversation, it could be anything, but they're going to lift you to another level. Who is that going to be? Number 11, somebody that's going to increase your life in a positive way. In the blueprint, I have space for 3 people for each one. That may be too much, It may be the same person, but I want you to actually consciously think about who are these people in your life. It may be one person that's giving you all 12. Number 12 is somebody that helps you to grow, to produce results in your life. So those are the 12 points of significance. Everybody in the world needs those 12 things. Everybody needs those 12 things. And many people are deficient in these 12 things. It's not even something that even people talk about or even are conscious of. We're just going through life and then we're wondering why why there's still always something missing. So those are those 12. Understand relationships are vital to your expansion and to your success. They are absolutely vital. I would not be here if it wasn't for relationships. And I want you to understand that the people are out there, but you have to prepare yourself to receive these people because they may not come in the way that you look, in the way that you might think they should look. Many of us dismiss people because they don't sound like us, they don't look like us. I have been dismissed because I don't look like what they would think I would look like. I don't sound like what they would think I would sound like. And they've missed it. And they've missed it. So prepare yourself to receive good quality people into your life. And I'm going to show you how to prepare yourself right now. So there's 3 levels of relationship. How much time? Okay, we've got 10 minutes. 3 levels of relationship. Level 1 is general, normal relationships. Normal relationships. It's the lowest level of relationship. It's I've seen you. I've seen you at the grocery store. I've seen you at the bus stop. I've seen you at church. It's just normal relationships. But the key with those normal relationships is that, number 1, be friendly. Number 2, discern, because they are the lowest level of relationship, but could they be the next level or the next level after that? And that only comes with discernment. So when you meet people for the first time, discern, who are they? Because you could miss who God has sent at this level. So the only thing you can do at this level is be friendly, have a warm personality when you meet people, understand your network is your net worth. Every time it doesn't cost anything to be nice, to be kind, to smile. It doesn't cost anything. We miss it. We've got strong faces. Oh, I don't want to speak to that person. Why? You don't know. That could be your destiny connection, but you will never know. All relationships start here. They all start at this foundation. Be receptive to people, but discern. You got to be discerning at this level. You can meet someone and just start talking to someone. Discern. But be warm and be friendly because you just don't know. So that's level 1, the most foundational level. Because what you have to understand is that God answers prayers by sending people. How I even got into my ministry was because I was praying and praying. I was praying for a breakthrough. And God sent my pastor. He answered and I could have missed it, but I didn't. I don't know how, but I didn't. And because of that destiny relationship, I am doing what I'm doing today. Because God answered my prayer by sending a person. God answers your prayer by sending people. So while you're praying now, I want you to look around. Who's appearing in your life? Who's just started appearing in your life? Could this be the answer? Because remember, God sends the answer in a seed. The oak tree is in the seed. You may be asking for money, but he sent you a person that's going to open the door to your destiny where the money is. You may be praying for a husband, and he sent you somebody that has a cousin somewhere, but you don't know. All the things you're asking for, God sends it in the form of a person. God stopped sending manna from heaven. He don't send manna from heaven. God sends people. He sends his blessings through midwives. Honor people. God is all about people. If you say you have the heart of God, God is all about his people. He's all about people. He died for people. He's all about people. Never, ever forget that fundamental thing. Paul said you can speak in tongues, but you will just be noise if you do not have love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love God. Love yourself and love your neighbor. Gotta remember, it's all about relationships. All about relationships. So the level two is seasonal. And all of us have experienced this. Seasonal relationships. Most people are ignorant of seasonal relationships because not everybody's a destiny relationship. Some people are just seasonal. They're just for a time. They're just for a purpose. They have a time stamp on them. They're just for a time. In that time, maximize that relationship. But also, again, you need discernment. Have the courage to walk away from those seasonal relationships. Because if you don't walk away in time, that blessing can now become a curse. And most people, that's why it's so important to have discernment. You have to know when that relationship has come to an end. Don't try and force a relationship that has met its natural end. It was a seasonal relationship, and it's okay. Not everybody needs to be for life. It was just seasonal. When the season ends, you go to the next season. Learn to let go. Because if we look at Abraham and Lot, it was only when Lot left that God could bless Abraham the way he wanted to. So there's things that God wants to do with you, but there's certain people that you may have to let go of. He can't even speak to you because you're around certain people. There's things he can't do until you let go of that relationship. And level 3 is the highest form of relationship, and that's destiny relationships. They have a role. They're in your life for a lifetime. They're in your life. Those are the ones that you hang on to, that, dearly, because your destiny is connected to those connections. Those are the relationships that you really invest in. Those are the relationships that you really invest in, destiny relationships. Again, how you will know is discernment. You will know this is a destiny relationship because it's connected to my destiny. And so as we come to an end, there's a few things that I just want to get clear. If everything I've said today, and you're in the back of your mind, you're saying, but I don't have anybody like that around me, I want you to really check yourself. Because if you've been on this earth, in your adult life, 20, 30, 40 years, and you don't have people that want to invest in you, that believe in you, you got to check yourself. Are you repelling people? Are you allowing people to get close to you? Are you missing who God is sending? Are you not discerning of right relationships? Now you've got a guide. Today was a guide. It's a guide to relationships. You have the guide. Now you know what is a right relationship and what a wrong relationship looks like. Has God sent people, but you've missed it? Because there's definitely people that believe in you. They're out there. The 12 are out there. They're out there. Absolutely, categorically, they are out there. But now I want you to be in tune to that. I want you to be in tune to the people that start to come around you. But also understand that the last thing I'm going to talk about is Satan. As you start to follow destiny, Satan will find everybody that is been called to help you on your destiny, and he will cause them to bring trouble to you. He will cause them to have problems with you. He will try and divide you from these people. He will come and try and sow these seeds to separate you when you're not supposed to be separated. Be discerning. He will also try and send the wrong people. Now you are now aware. He will try and send the wrong people because he's a counterfeit. He's a counterfeit. So again, be discerning. Be discerning. And understand, Satan can't attack you when you have the right people around you, because it's like your protection, because they're helping you think correctly. They're helping you advance. He can't attack that. So be careful. Be careful who you drive away. Be careful who you may be driving away. Who has God sent? Who has God sent? So that's it for today about relationships. As I said, definitely share it. Share it with somebody, or at least 3 people. Share it because it's fundamental. And I think people really, really miss it. So that's relationships. So I hope you have been blessed today in regards to relationships. So I'm going to open the floor for any comments.